Hello everybody and welcome to chapter 2 of the Django REST image upload tutorial. Huge apologies that you had to wait 1 year for this video. I could tell you a lot of excuses, but I just won't, and well, you should be happy there is another video and I'm happy I can make this video. If you have any comments, obviously leave them in the comment box below. Put up a like on the video so I know you like this content, which motivates me to create more content like this. Alright, in chapter 2 we're gonna do the following things. We're gonna add a title and the description field to the image, and we're gonna make a little preview image right there. And just to demonstrate how this works, we upload it and it's being put there. And you can click on it and you get a larger view. What do I mean by larger view? Well, this, what you see right there, is a thumbnail. That's also something we're gonna do here. Essentially, you get underscore thumb on the image right there. So we do some processing on the server. Alright, if you're interested, just stay with me, put a like on the video, and let's go. Alright, first of all, we're gonna try to create a thumbnail of an image that we upload. There is several ways to do this. We can create them on the fly when they're requested. For instance, if you're on a full HD monitor, you could tell Django to create a thumbnail with a certain resolution, or you create several thumbnails in different resolutions for whatever reason already, or you use a cron job to make them afterwards, or a mix of all of them. Regardless of what you do, you should always store the original image. This is for a very simple reason. If you ever find out that you want to increase your thumbnail size, or you want to put a filter on the image, make it black and white, or allow the user to draw something on the image, you definitely want to have the original image for best quality. If you scale it down, it will just be some rather mediocre quality or even really bad quality. Alright, maybe just a little motivation. Why do we want to have these thumbnails at all? Well, if you look at the images we are requesting here, let's just refresh the page so we get some more information. They are 1 megabyte and 1.25 megabyte each. They are actually small. There's way bigger images out there, like 10 megabyte, 20 megabyte. You know, like all these crazy 50 megapixel cameras, and even smartphones have these now. So we're just trying to make sure we can handle a page with 20 images without having the user to need to download like 200 megabyte worth of images. It's pretty fast here because I'm on localhost obviously, but if you deploy this somewhere on the web and you have a mobile phone user use all their data that they have in their contract, they're gonna be pissed. So make thumbnails, basically. That's the thing we want to do today. Alright, first things first, we gonna have to edit our model. In our model we have right now, oh yeah, be quiet up there. We have right now only the image, right? So what we need to do here is we need to add another image field called thumbnails. Or thumbnail, singular. And we just say this is the thumbnail of the uploaded image. And we're gonna say we allow this to be blank. This is very simple because if we don't, we will get a message. Actually, let me show you this. Let's not make it blank. And let's just execute the command python manage py make migrations. Now Django is gonna tell you you're trying to add a non-nullable field thumbnail without a default. We can't do that because we have pre-existing rows in our database, which you usually will have. So we need to, like, we can provide a default or whatever. We just do Control C right now and we just say, okay, you know what? This is blank. It may be blank, and we do make migrations now. And there we go. Django in this case already named this migration properly, at least good enough for me. So we can go forward and migrate. Alright, it is done. Now let's take a look at what this looks like in our admin panel. I do need to create a super user because I just did a resetup of this project, so let's do this. This is me, and this is my password, which you obviously cannot see. And let's just go to the admin page. Uploaded image, and there you go, thumbnail. So, okay, that's great. But we obviously have to fill this column somehow, right? This is not done yet. This is the next thing we're gonna do. To do this, I did a couple of experiments, and in my opinion, the best way to do this is to override the save method on your model. Essentially, for now, this is just gonna be a placeholder. We're gonna call the save method of the superclass, which is models.model. And we're just gonna go and write ourselves a little method, or function rather, up here. First of all, we need to use pillow from pill import image. We need, like, the image class is the main class of pillow that we need to use. We're gonna write ourselves a method, create thumbnail. It gets an input image and a thumbnail size, which we're just gonna specify as 256 by 256 for now. That's width and height. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna transform the image in here. So first step, we need to make sure an image has been set. So we're gonna check if input image, actually we're gonna do if not input image, or input image equals empty string, then we're just gonna return. Alright, then we can open the image. So we can just say image equals image.open input image. Didn't specify what input image is yet. We will do that soon. It is basically a file, and Pillow will do something with that file. Now, very, very simple. How do we make a thumbnail with Pillow? It provides us a method for that, actually. Not getting auto completion, but whatever. That thing already has the image opened, so we only need to tell its size, and we should set like something like anti-aliasing. We should enable that. Okay. And let me add a comment here and create thumbnail. Now we have the image. Now we need to save the image. To do that, we just want to reuse our scramble uploaded file name method from below, because we want to have a file name that's very similar to the original file name, but has like underscore thumbnail or something in its name. To do that, we just grab the file name and put it in our scramble uploaded file name. Not gonna put anything in the first parameter because we don't have an instance, but we're gonna have the base name of our input image. I guess we need to import OS. Yes. Alright. This is our file name, and we're gonna get this file name split by dot because we need the extension of it. Basically, the extension is in the last part of the array, and we're just gonna make the rest of the name is gonna be our base name. I need to write an equals here. So array data contains like our uuid.png, and we did split that by dot, so it contains our uuid and png or jpeg or whatever. We're just gonna write our base name here, and our new file name is the base name underscore thumb dot extension, and we're just gonna put it in there with our string format. So that's where we go, base name and extension. All right. We could have probably written that a lot shorter. I just want to try to explain what I'm doing here, and I think this is a good way. It is clear to read what we're doing here. And last but not least, we need to save the image in our media root and return a file name. Basically, we do an os.path.join from settings media root and the new file name. So we actually do need settings. This is handled from Django.conf import settings. Alright, and that's stored, and we need to return new file name. Alright. One more thing, we should be clear with our returns here, because here we just do a return and here we do a return of new file name. We should do return none here. That's a lot cleaner, a lot clearer, and it will tell us, kind of give us the message, oh well, we did not do something, we don't do anything, just it's a more cleaner way of describing it. Alright. Now back to the save method that we have here. We do absolutely need to call the super method save, because that is what is saving the model to our database. However, we want to set the thumbnail, and we can do it like this. See? We just say our thumbnail is create thumbnail of self.image, which is the image that we uploaded already. Okay. We can go ahead and test this in our admin panel. Let's just upload a new one. We're gonna do DSC0015. We do not select a thumbnail, we leave it empty on purpose here. And well, thank God for naming. It is the top object apparently. It does now get this image. This is the original image in high resolution. You can zoom in. And it does get the thumbnail image, which is this image in a much smaller resolution. So you might ask yourself, 256 by 256 would be a square. This is a rectangle, although. This is true. This is something the thumbnail method of Pillow is handling for us, so no big deal. Essentially, it just makes it fit. So if one side is shorter, that's okay. But one of these sides, either the height or the width, needs to be 256, and the other one is just compressed. Alright, that's for now. We need to make this appear in the front end, although. So how do we do that? First of all, we need to edit our image upload. There we go, the REST endpoint. We need to add thumbnail here, so it gets populated via the REST API. Done. Really? Yes, really. Let's take a look at our network. And API images, that's the endpoint we're looking at. And the response includes the thumbnail if it is set. Obviously, we haven't set it for all our images, so if you need to do that, you can create a cron job, or not a cron job, you can create a Django management command that goes over all your thumbnails and creates them, essentially. It's not the thing we do here right now. For now, we're just gonna delete our images, which is not working for whatever reason. I need to double check on that later. I think we did that in the last step of the last tutorial. I might have forgotten some code here. Anyway, if we want to show our thumbnails, we have them already, we've exposed them already via our REST API, so we can go in our front end, which is here, and we have not the node modules, our index HTML, and we do, what are we doing here? We do this here, ng source equals image.image. We could just say image.thumbnail here. And you see the last one is working because we created the thumbnail. If we click on it, we get the full resolution image. I think that is good. But the other two are not working because we just don't have a thumbnail. Nothing simpler to fix that, although. We just do this with ngIf image.thumbnail. If the thumbnail is set, use it. We're just gonna do a ngIf not image thumbnail. Essentially, if image thumbnail is null or undefined, we're just gonna use image.image in our front end. There we go. Not looking very nice right now, but we'll go with it, okay? One more thing. Oh, actually, let's try just uploading another picture. Let's try uploading this picture. We haven't gotten this here. Did not work. Why did this not work? We are getting a 403 for... Oh well, I know why the delete didn't work. Remember when I told you about the CSRF token bullshit? I think we're having it right now. Let us log out of the admin panel. And let's try again. There we go, now it worked. We already have the thumbnail, and I think the delete image is working now as well. Yay! Now you can see the difference. Like, this image looks more like a square, because the original image is more squarish. I don't know what to say. It's not a perfect square, although it's still off by 60 pixels. Like I said, Pillow will just choose whatever it thinks is best, and it uses anti-aliasing, so the picture should look quite okay. One more thing, although we need to take care of, and this is really important. If the model serializer is configured like this, you absolutely can override the thumbnail of any image. If you want to see this in action, we're just gonna go to the API, and we're just gonna select image with the primary key 4. You see that I can just select the thumbnail here. I can just choose a completely different thumbnail. Let's make sure it's not one I use. Okay, and I do put. Oh well, I do need to select both. I select this one as the above image and this one as the thumbnail, and there we go. If I refresh this page now, I have this image here, and if I click on it, I have... Oh well, it did probably work in the background. It did do the right thing. So what I wanted to show is it might not always do the correct thing. I didn't do it properly, but okay. You can override thumbnail. That was my point. And this is something you should not be allowed to do. And to counteract that is you select the thumbnail as a read-only field. If you now go to the Browsable API, you no longer get the option to upload a thumbnail. Also, to verify, we're just gonna upload the Eiffel Tower, and there we go, it worked. Now you did see one of the maybe problems that we're gonna come up or counter. Here the picture is in the right rotation, but here it is not, because Pillow did not keep this rotation flag, I guess. Maybe if I copy the image location, let's double check. No, Pillow just removes the orientation tag of the picture. Oh well, we can't have everything, I guess. But yeah, that's it for step 1 and step 2. And in step 3, we're gonna continue with adding a title and a description to the images, because this is just super boring right now. Alright, let's go ahead and add title and description to our model, because in Django you just need to add things to your model and it works. There we go, models py. We have our uploaded image model, and it contains an image and a thumbnail, and we're just gonna add a title, which is models.character field. Just gonna say is the title of the uploaded image. It has a max length of 255, which should be fine in most cases, in most database systems. And a default, we're gonna provide one here right now, unknown picture. Contrary to the thumbnail where we said blank is true, we wanna provide a default here because this title field has a different meaning to us in the future. For instance, I wanna create the string method that I should have created ages ago anyway, and return self.title. Essentially, if you remember in the admin panel, it just says picture, uploaded image, or whatever, model, object, I don't know what, but something really, really non-verbose. And with this, we have a much nicer way of treating our uploaded images in certain Django applications. So we want to make sure it always has a default value set. That's point. All right. Description is also something we want to add, and this is not a character field, this is a text field. The difference between a character field and the text field is very easy. A character field has a limited length and is usually used for short names, titles, things that can be indexed and ordered by. The description is a description, as it says, it can be a text that is just very, very long. Also, we want to provide a default value here. So this can be a field of arbitrary length, right? We just want to have it like this because why would you restrict the user with a description that can be like a tutorial like this one that's just written down with a screenshot? Or maybe it is like a story to a picture that you upload. Why did you make the story? Or how did I propose to my girlfriend? Or stuff like this. Okay. Next step, we need to make ourselves a migration. So we're gonna call Python manage py make migration. Again, I like to rename these migrations to have a sensible name. We're gonna rename this one to uploaded image. Let me check. What did I name the others? Uploaded image, title, description. You can now see the system works because we have different names here. We have the initial migration, we have the scramble uploaded file name migration, and we have the uploaded image thumbnail, uploaded image title description. So I kind of know what these migrations are doing. Alright, migrate, and done. Next thing we need to do, we're gonna skip the admin panel part now because it's just boring at this point. Next thing we're gonna need to do is to add title and the description here. I'm gonna reformat this a little bit. Basically, I like to group things together that go together. So image and thumbnail usually go together, and title and description go together. And obviously all of these fields go together for the uploaded image model. Alright, that's it for the backend. We can obviously try it out here. There you go, we have title and description, and we can just rename this to beautiful, isn't it? We need to select a file name, although let's just do this one. Alright, there we go. If you look at our list of uploaded images, like this one has a title and a description, the others do not. But that is fine for now. We want to display these in our front end. Well, nothing easier than that. Just need to open up our front end where it says title. There it says image.pk. This is no longer something we want to display. We want to actually display the title here. Also, down here where it has the link and the image, we're just gonna put a p tag and we're gonna display image.description. And that should be it. Beautiful, isn't it? Cool, that worked. Simple, right? Okay. Last but not least, we have to add those two input fields to our form up here. Let us do that. We do have a panel. In that panel we have a form. In that form we have our image as an input file. Now, between the image and the button, we're just gonna add the input field for the title. And we're gonna link the model on it on new image.title. Remember, a new image is defined in our app.js. That's our new image that we want to fill. And when we do upload image, essentially we press the button, we do images.save. And this will already fill up all the fields that we have in there. So we just need to add a new field here for the title. Let's also add a label, so we actually know what we're doing. Well, we let the user know what we are meaning to do. And let's do the same for the description field. Actually, I like to use text areas when we do description fields that have an infinite length or an arbitrary length. So we're just going to say text area ID equals description, ng model equals new image dot description. We're gonna put a new line here, and we're gonna just double check how this looks. Oops, I did do. Okay. Now, okay, this will be not perfect, but this works, right? Upload. There we go. It does work. It is definitely not nice. Now let's make this a little bit nicer. We have Bootstrap, so we can just use Bootstrap's form group. Essentially, it groups the form. That's why it's called form group. It's nice when people use names that actually say what's going on. So we just need to do a div class equals form group, and we just need to put the label and the input field in a form group. And we're going to do that for all our 3 input fields. Could have copy pasted it, I guess. So we're going to put the title in a form group, and we're going to put the description also in a form group. Somehow, like the markup, the indentation isn't working right here. I don't know why. Anyway, now we have our form groups and the upload button. It doesn't look very nice right now. Let me check why. I think I need to do... Did I add form control? No, I didn't add form control. The input fields, furthermore, if you do bootstrap forms, they need to have class equals form control on it. So Bootstrap does a lot of things for you, it just doesn't do all of them automatically, but I guess that is okay. There you go. This looks much better. Now we can select the picture, and I think that's a lake. The blue is just great. And upload, and it just works. That is great. Okay, now we have our thumbnails, and we have a title and a description field. In the next step, we're gonna do something this page is desperately missing, and it's a preview of the image we're selecting here. Because right now, I mean, you just do it like this, and okay, oh wait, what picture did I select? Was this the right picture? We're gonna leave a lot of questions open to the user, but that's something for the next step. Stay tuned and follow the videos, and you will get to the next step.